Good morning.
Oh, good morning indeed. And from the White Hart Hotel in Lewis, this is Mirador Television, Break an Egg. And as a matter of fact, I got up so early this morning that I managed to have 2 boiled eggs for breakfast, having read an article somewhere that said if you're not having a proper breakfast, you actually are not going to be very healthy. I paid no attention to the article, but uh, Liza Page, who is on with Max in about an hour's time, scares the hell out of me. And she said, "Eat a proper breakfast." So I thought I'd better snap to attention, because if she's coming in this morning, I don't want her hitting me over the head. Believe me, she carries a mean punch. And that's Max and Liza at 9:30. In the meantime, we're going to take a look at the news and the front pages of the newspapers.
All right. Well, we go straight into that then.
All right, we will indeed. And the mail, a Christmas general strike is level festive season in chaos as airport staff join the railroad and ambulance walkout. And let me say straight away, I have absolutely no sympathy for this strike whatsoever. None. It just shows the fantasy land that 90% of citizens have been living in for the last 2 years. Oh, yes, we get 80% of our salary. Who's paying for it? Don't worry about that. It's down the road. Government, right? Uh, Easy credit. And actually, today, somebody said that there's a chap I meet at the bus stop every morning, and we have a little chat. And he was saying that he was watching a program yesterday, and still credit card companies are offering very tasty discounts to get people to sign up. And apparently, Oxford Street and Regent Street were busier than they've ever been yesterday, as people load their shopping baskets all on credit cards. And these are the people that are going on strike to get money to pay for the stuff that they won't be able to pay for. I mean, it's incredibly. We are silly to think that we can now live the way that we did in 2019.
Well, credit cards are, Stuart was saying that he gets 0% on his credit card.
He does this
0%
switch
interest.
around.
He
It's a
does.
promotional thing. Right?
He switched. There was a promotional thing with Barclays. If you switched your bank to Barclays, you got a 0% interest rate on your credit card
For 12 months.
for 12 months.
Do you know what the interest rate goes up to? I don't know about Barclaycard particularly. But I'm just finishing paying off a credit card. I think I've got 100 quid to go or something. But I've been paying 28%. Good morning. To let you know that the bar at the White Hart is being well looked after at the moment and ready for any of you who want to come in after 10:30. I think is the time.
when they're
You can
allowed
get a drink.
to.
Yes, right, absolutely, yeah. Sorry, but really, these people that are going on strike, they're striking for a dream, and it ain't going to happen. There's got to be a paycheck somewhere which isn't cash, and I'm people have got to start to think. The union leaders aren't going to. They see it as a golden opportunity to cause trouble, and that's what they are doing. While they, incidentally, I bet you there's not one union leader earning under 150 grand. None of the major unions, anyway.
You know what? Yeah, no. One of the train union leaders makes £120,000 a year, but lives in a council house.
Yeah, I can well
That was a
believe
big
it.
scandal recently, a couple months ago.
Yeah. And if Labour get in, you know where he'll end up?
Where?
House of Lords. That's why it's so discredited. The only thing is that Keir Starmer's idea of what he will change, how he will reform it, is so that he can put his mates in there. He can at the moment nominate some, but he's going to change it so that he can put as many mates as he likes. Nothing like massaging the upper house. But anyway, a Christmas general strike, and the fact of the matter is that more and more people are walking out. More and more people are walking out. The unions are sensing blood. Rishi Sunak keeps on saying we're going to toughen the legislation, but there's no sign of it. And believe me, if there's going to be confrontation, it'll be a confrontation similar to that between Margaret Thatcher and the unions in 1980. and she came out on top. Boy, did she come out on top. Well, I think that they're going to get their revenge, because I think that the level and abilities of our leaders at the moment is that they can be kicked from pillar to post. They change their minds within 5 minutes, depending upon who they spoke to last. We are in a mess. We are in a dreadful, dreadful mess. The Times: Christmas flights hit by airport walkouts. The airport workers are going to stop. Carry your own bags, I would say. Actually, if we're going to have the army drive ambulances, why don't we actually just get the Air Force in and use Air Force planes to meet our British Airways schedules anyway? Oh dear, dear, dear. And I do talk some rubbish, don't I? But nonetheless,
Well, there's an interesting, I can't remember which paper it is, but we'll get to it soon. A very interesting story about the military and the unions.
Right. Well, when we get to it, you yell.
Yes.
Because it may not be reflected in the front page.
But it will be.
Now, here is my. Can people see me? I don't know.
Put you on full screen.
Is it? Sorry.
There you go. You're on full screen.
Right. There we go. Is Kevin fixed my lens yesterday, my spectacles, but unfortunately there was another weak point here and it broke off again last night, so I'm one-eyed jacks again today. So forgive me if I lean forward just a little bit to be able to read some of this stuff. Hundreds of thousands of passengers will have their plans over Christmas and the New Year ruined due to border staff walkouts. That's what the Times is saying. The paper says up to 30% of flights on strike days might be cancelled. And Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has pledged to introduce tough laws to try and tackle industrial action. But he pledged it, but nothing in sight. Daily Telegraph: Army fury as soldiers ordered to give up Christmas over strikes. Now this is where it gets laughable. Is the army does not recognise 7 day weeks or national holidays. The army is always on tap. The soldiers are getting angry because they've been ordered to give up their Christmas leave because of the strikes.
They do get holiday. They do get like holiday Christmas.
Yeah, I get leave. It's called leave. Yeah.
Most people do get leave during Christmas.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Everybody wants to go on strike at Christmas. TV people. Let's all go on strike. All TV people. And see how much sympathy we get. No Christmas Day movies. No nothing. No Netflix. No nothing on the screens. When I was in Northern Ireland, I worked 5 Christmases in a row. And I didn't have any option. That's the way the shifts fell. But I accepted it as part of the job. Why are these? These are wimbies, mimbies, dimbies, or whatever the hell we call them. Right. And it scares the hell out of me that people who are worried about losing a day over Christmas are those people that are going to go and fight for us, our freedom. Oh, no, God help me!
You're wrong.
What am I wrong?
What they're angry about is having to give up their Christmas because other people are striking. They wouldn't be complaining about giving up their Christmas if they had to fight for this country. They're having to do a job that is not their job. But
look, it's a national emergency. That's why we keep troops, not just to fight abroad, to handle national emergencies at home. Yes, that's part of it. It's always been part of what the armed forces are there for.
Yeah, but it's a manufactured emergency.
What do you mean it's manufactured?
This isn't an emergency. The ambulance drivers are going on strike.
Yeah, going on strike.
They
could
just not go on strike.
Yeah. Now listen, you are very concerned about the health in your family. You can't get an ambulance on Christmas Day, and I say to you, well, the soldiers didn't want to give up their leave.
No, what I'm saying is they shouldn't have gone on strike in the first.
No, they shouldn't. You're quite right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Max, if something is actually happening, there's no good saying it shouldn't happen. What you have to do is to fill the gap.
No, I'm misunderstanding completely what I'm saying.
I'm not. No. Yeah, you're saying that the soldiers shouldn't have to do it. What are you saying?
I'm saying I'm sympathetic to the point to them saying that they're losing Christmas over ambulance drivers being on strike, and it should be on strike because I thought it was
soldiers
illegal.
shouldn't ever think in terms of ever having to have Christmas in the first place. It's part of the job to work 365 days a year, 366 leap years, is it? Or is it 364 plus 1, 365? Well, you know that there's one extra day a week. That's when actually you watch out, because that's when ladies come in and ask. On February the 28th, 29th is when ladies can ask gentlemen to marry. Let's tuck under the bedclothes on that day. That's what I do. What?
I'm confused.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, well, there you are. That's a very
Why
common.
would they?
That's a very common understanding of February the 29th. It's a day on which ladies can actually propose to men, as opposed to vice versa. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll disagree on the syllabus, but frankly, there are some jobs, some professions where you shouldn't expect to get the holidays that everybody else does. One of the things about the Lord's Day Observance Society, and Ian Paisley, the firebrand leader of the Loyalists in Northern Ireland, used to rant and rave because he was also a vicar. He had his own church. And he used to say, Lord's Day Observance Society is everybody should not work on a Monday and so on and so forth, or work on a Sunday and so on. And one of the questions he was consistently asked and consistently dodged is, well, Mr. Paisley, do you actually get a paper on a Monday? Because the people who put that paper out are actually working on a Sunday. So it's 9 times out of 10 is publicity to appear on Monday after what he said on the Sunday. Hancock, get me out of here. Who cares? The only thing is that it would appear that his constituency party dispossessed him. They didn't want him anything to do with him, and so he's quit as an MP, which I assume will mean a by-election. And it'd be interesting to see what the results of the by-election. And sometimes it's a bit difficult. You read in the paper he gave up the government whip, or he was denied the government whip, which means that he's sitting as an independent, not as a party member. And then I'm not sure whether he's giving up the whip or whether in fact he's actually said, I don't want to be an MP anymore, and sent in his resignation and is going to create violence. And incidentally, he's I think it's a West Sussex constituency. Where is it? Well, it's somewhere along the west coast. I was surprised. Okay.
What is that Hancock constituency? Suffolk. West Suffolk.
West Suffolk.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was without. Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought that when I read it, that he was. I thought, one of ours. Oh God. Anyway, what happens to Hancock doesn't really concern me, but the fallout, politically, of course, is of interest. And the eye follows on with that. Hancock forced out after local Tories revolt against their absentee MP. What they are really complaining about is that he represents them, but he's never in the constituency. Now, this is not just Hancock. This is a real problem. When Norman Baker was a member of Parliament here, he was an excellent constituency MP. He was always here. He held regular surgeries. He spoke to his constituents, even when he became a junior minister. He did that, and he was recognised for looking after his constituency, looking after the people who voted for him, even for the people who didn't vote for him. Now, he was able to handle all the duties of being a cabinet. No, he wasn't a cabinet minister, but he was a junior minister, and with being an MP down here, and he managed it. Here, what we've got is Hancock, first of all, appears not to be a good constituency MP. You never see him. And not only that, but the local Tories feel that he's embarrassing with what he's been playing around them.
Well, West Suffolk. He is the constituency of Stone which is actually that's the constituency my grandparents used to live in home. When I saw it, I was like, oh,
you recognise that? Okay. The Guardian. Gove ignores climate warnings to approve the first coal mine in 30 years. Yeah, somewhere in the north, the government has um, approved the opening of a coal mine. And of course, the argument then goes is, hang on, you just signed an agreement in an international agreement that says that you won't use fossil fuels. The government is saying apparently, well, this is a bit different because this won't affect the environment. How the hell do you open up the coal mine? But anyway, it doesn't matter. What we're doing is we're digging for coal. This is a fossil fuel. We're digging for coal because we're going to sell it. Are we saying that we'll take it out of the ground but we won't sell it here? We'll allow it to be used here? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. It adds to the craziness that's Westminster right now. Yes, it is. It is. It is. We really are Alice in Wonderland. Alice who we're looking at.
The Guardian has an interesting segment
I love this one. Yes, you're right to point it out. Germany foils the prince's plot to overthrow the state. So that's what you're looking at. Yeah. I mean, I've always argued that we have in this country, as a constitutional monarchy, the very best form of government. I'm not talking about necessarily the incumbents, either of royalty or the House of Lords or the House of Commons, or for that matter, all the other elected assemblies below them. We're not arguing about whether they are good or bad in terms of being incumbents. What I'm saying is that the system is absolutely superb because the one thing that it does is it stops any attempt to overthrow the country. Because you actually would say take over the army, you'd have to get rid of the king. To take over day-to-day governance, you'd have to get rid of parliament. Get rid of absolutely all the levels at once would be virtually impossible. Virtually impossible. In Germany, which is proportional representation, I believe, is here a bunch of right-wingers said, hey, we don't like what's going on in the country with this government and Angela Merkel and the people who are taking over. So let's plot to overthrow. The mere fact that they thought they could get away with it. Absolutely. But like Guy Fawkes, somebody snitched on them. So now he looks as if he's going to prison. Incidentally, Max, one of the things that's interesting is that we talk about royalty as if we're the only country in the world that's got a royal head of state. On the contrary, there are 38 countries that have a king, and there are more than 6 that have a constitutional monarchy, similar to our own. And they are all very stable countries. Norway, Sweden, Netherlands, Denmark, and of course, reverted to it is Spain. And they are all fairly stable governments. Is where there's volatility is where there is sorry.
The other one,
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that Spain doesn't have its problems, but since it's returned to being a monarchy, it hasn't had a lot of the oversight of government, which it did, post-Franco. But no, you were right to point that story out, and I think it's an interesting one. What's your take? Why did you find it interesting?
If I say why I found it
interesting, this TV station is based on trouble.
Well,
what they worry about.
I didn't mean
No, with the authorities. You don't worry about it, Max. Is what I will do is I'll position you at the front door and I'll hide behind you.
Well, I'm sympathetic is what I want to say.
to the overthrow.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, a number of people would be. And I mean, you know, if you actually start to argue or debate with the Russians about their form of government as opposed to ours, and one of the first things they'll say is, "But you have an unelected head of state," and you know that's where you have to start the argument from. So, in many ways, you know, the different things that are happening is you don't have to feel apologetic because circumstances make you feel you know, or be sympathetic to a certain way of behaving. The only thing I would say is it's not so much the overthrow as it's does it get violent.
Well, of course, all
yes, they do.
will be violent, but there's never a peaceful transfer of power.
Yeah, you're quite right. No, well, transfer of power, yes. Transfer of type of government. It's always turmoil and death. So. All right, okay. Now that's a good story. I like that. The Daily Express. Stop this betrayal of our beloved Queen. And what it's talking about, in fact, it's reverting to the row between Harry and Meghan and their Netflix thing.
Let me get up to Babylon B so I can screen share it.
Okay.
Continue on.
All right. This morning, the point was being made on the major television channels by various experts that you know they're being slightly defensive of Meghan and Harry by saying that the thing is building up to making sure that people will watch this series is taking stuff out of context. But I'm sorry, it's generally speaking is what the Mayo is saying this morning is reflective of the way I think that most people feel. Is you've done it, Harry, and actually your dad apparently is sitting down and trying to figure out where the palace stands. Should they deny some of the things that you say in this Netflix production? Or should they get involved at all? And it is a real dilemma. How it's going to play out, I have no idea. But it's something that should never have happened. Did you find what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Get it on screen. Okay, well, I'll carry on to the next one. Oh, you got it? All right.
The other one. So this is from the Babylon B. Babylon B is the Babylon B is a satirical news website, and their motto is fake news that you can trust. So I'll show you this article. As you can see here, there's an article. I've got to get rid of this because the simple debate. There we go. The Babylon B article here says Harry and Meghan announce new Netflix special about how much they want privacy.
Yeah. I mean, just what they're doing is just facile. And you can see, first of all, as I've said to you, is I do have one or two. I mean, they're getting less and less as the older I get, and the less I'm able to go to London. But I do have one or two ropes, shall we say, into Clubhouse, and get a little bit of a feel for what's going on. And it very much is Meghan wears the trousers in the Harry family. And she is obviously calling the shots, and the way she's behaving is the way that the starlets behave in Hollywood. And that's what she is. She's a starlet. But you don't believe a word that they say.
Very starlet, very. She was a suitcase model in The Price is Right. She wasn't exactly an A-list celebrity.
But I think she did act in a soap opera this one.
I think she had a small role in The House of Cards.
Ah, right. Okay.
The House of Cards, that is also the same series where they have to fire the actor Oh God, I've
Yeah.
forgotten his name now.
Well, that's how famous he became. You've forgotten him already.
Well, he got arrested and put in jail because he made a fake report where he got beaten up by two racist Trump supporters dressed in MAGA hats and tried to hang him, saying this is MAGA country, and it turned out to be completely fake. He made a fake police report and he got arrested and put in jail for it because he hated Trump that much.
Well, people do strange things when they allow that sort of emotions in taking over. We'll hate something, we'll get annoyed at something, but to let it get to the point where it colours your judgment, colours what you say and how you say things. That's the time to say, hold on. Can I go on, or would you still want to talk about this is, I'm not always fake news, it's stuff really.
Well, they certainly do have lots of good
Okay, well, strangely enough, it's the metro. It carries on with the German coup, and it puts it on its front page, and it says "Bang to Reichs," a play on words. Can people see that headline? Right, okay, bring it up because you'll see how the play on words. The German coup is foiled, and what it's saying there is a plot to storm Germany's parliament and overthrow the government has been thwarted. The Metro says some 25 people were arrested, including an aristocrat known as Prince Heinrich XIII, who was apparently being lined up to be the new leader. See sharp. the 1,000-year Reichs returns. Yeah. But I mean, I understand that your feeling is you've got a certain sympathy. I suppose in a funny sort of way, I don't think it's the right way to go about it. Throughout the democratic world is reform and is denied. Those people in charge are not counting reform. And you have systems that desperately need reform. And to me, if there are those people blocking it, need to be removed. How should we do it? This is no way that you're democratic. By the Financial Times, Xi's zero COVID controls are loosened as evidence mounts of the damage to trade. In other words, they're 100% low tolerance approach to COVID had a large effect on the country's economy, and particularly in overseas trade. And so he's decided let's get rid of the well, but you see, it's not just our own leaders who are China's leaders, just like their brain so this is natural talents. We haven't got one sensible leadership in the world. China has announced relaxation to its zero COVID restrictions, including allowing home quarantine. More evidence emerged of the economic damage controls during the pandemic. The paper says the new measures outlined on Wednesday by China's cabinet have foreshadowed also lovely sound of protecting public life. The bombs are being stopped. Let's have a look. Oh, ice. Who's having a drink of this out? Oh, it's Shannon. Good for Shannon. Beautiful, beautiful Shannon. Along with the other two ladies, greet me every morning as I come to the door. Gorgeous, gorgeous. The Financial Times report says that the new measures outlined on Wednesday by China's cabinet foreshadowed a meeting with the Communist Party that emphasized the importance of stabilizing the economy rather than battle against coronavirus. There we go. The Daily Star. Oh, they've gone back to football. Pray God for Harry, England, and especially Carl Walker, who's marking Mbappe. And so they're going to play against France. Well, Mbappe apparently is the wonder kid who plays French name. But remember that France are integrated quite well, these former colonies. So you have a lot of names, all same as we have French names here now. It's not a quite English name. Mbappe is probably close to Morocco. But anyway, he's a wonderful kid playing for the French World Cup. And he's they're talking about how the guy is so Kylian Mbappe lives in Leicester. Oh yes, he does. What that's saying is Mbappe is French football player. Actually lives in Leicester. And it says privately, I think England's team is actually not. Just this, and it said it's the given team. Right, that next is the headlines. Sorry, the front page. The headlines are. Yes, I just need to. Yes, that's good. So taking a quick look at headlines, because the newspapers, of course, the papers that came around midnight, so between midnight and now, it's 8 hours, and anything can happen around 8 hours. And the headlines aren't terribly severe at the moment. Today's Netflix release will be very hard for Harry and Meghan's old team to watch. UK weather. This is one that I really do have. Today is not going to be any warmer than 3 degrees. That's the top temperature today. And the weather, the predictions for a very hard winter so the UK weather, of course, concerns millions so vulnerable people are being advised to heat their homes to at least 80 units, whereas layers of clothing. And then there's one comment which said, one minister said, what you need to do is keep the window closed. And then the great advice is that you're freezing to death, keep the windows closed. It just shows the nonsense, silly nonsense that we have in our Shut the schools and keep them closed until Christmas because parents are worried and stop aid and cases rise. I know you've got music, but what's wrong? I think what happens is politicians in process your relations coming to so then they get a kind of profit that's good, it's kind of cool, right, we're going to win for a few hours. They exaggerate it, it's but there's one story that I find the last surviving members George Lennon, the last surviving members George Lennon, Johnny Johnson, died well, you're aware of the campus. Right, but it's a wonderful film. The theme music for that film is used quite widely. It's called the Diagnosis March. In order to make the system work, they decided that they would try to plot the world dying gaps in Germany. If they could actually break those gaps into a whole different area and stop actual things like anywhere. So the developing world is getting anywhere near to the gap from all the places being shut down. So France wants better time. Actually, I think it was there was there's writers coming along the streets and she was poking into medicine and France was invented a balancing bomb. And the bomb was released from the aircraft at the head of the lake, formed by the bounced across the water, settled down against the base of the dam, and exploded. So dangerous things. But the bouncing bomb is itself just I would recommend says, well, in this particular page, this is like breaking analysis. So let's see. a larger emergency response on Brighton Arena after primary firing of the large emergency response centre city. So now large business emergency services and were spotting a carrying an incident. Right, and floors were spotted on Brighton Arena. And it's the 7th, sorry, and fire at the bottom of the items making accounts of corresponding things that shopping every Christmas. Corey counts. You know how much stuff driving on the end seems
definitely.